Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show where speech is our best tool of trade. This is a great debaters contest and I am your host, Esperancia Kapanga.
And I am Chris Boru. The motion being debated in this episode is academic performance is the best indicator for successful life.
In the proposition are the gentlemen from Shimo Tewa High School.
In the opposition we have Ngina Girls High School. Proposal number 1, you have 3 minutes to make your submissions.
Every time I leave home for school, my parents tell me, mwanangu, soma kwa bidii uwe kama kazini yako aliyeenda UON na utusaidie sisi hapa nyumbani. You know what? Never have they told me that go work hard in school so that you can become rich like Diamond Platnumz, so that you can become rich like Vera Sidika. My name is Ali Aman from the Shimo Tewa School. Hereby strongly proposing the motion that says academic performance is the best indicator for successful life. According to Google Scholar, academic performance is the accomplishment of anything taught in schools. Best indicator, most appropriate measure, successful life, being able to meet all basic needs, all basic requirements, and fulfilling them. My team and I will argue on this motion based on the real situations that are in Kenya today and the world at large. I know that my worthy opponents will come here and define successful life as attaining wealth, prosperity, and fame, and give us examples of Vera Sidika, Diamond, and other celebrities. But you know what? Success can be defined as inner success, physical success, career success, economic, community, adventures, and impact success. In Kenya, we have an example of our Honorable President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who schooled at Amherst College in the UK. He leads the country in many areas politically. He moves the economy of our country forward and takes the economy of our country forward. You know what? Let us look at all schools and colleges in the world and in our country. Tell me, don't they admit their students based on academic performances? Of course, any graduate stands a better chance of living a better life than anybody else who never fulfills or is not endowed in education. That's a fact. A graduate attains or stands a better chance of living a better life than anybody who never fulfills or is not endowed in education. Show me 10 successful people in the world who are not endowed in education and have brought impact to our society. And you know what? I'll give you 1, 2, I'll give you a million examples of people who are not endowed in education and live an unsuccessful life. Hello, let me remind you of Mother Teresa of Calcutta when she said, when you enter into a dark room, do not complain of the darkness. Light a candle and tell your neighbor to light another one, and behold, the room will be consumed by light. I have just lit the candle by saying that academic performance is the best indicator of a successful life. Be enlightened.
First proposal, you have 3 minutes to make your submission.
Successful people are those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. My name is Daisy Achieng Oko from Ngina Girls, the cream of the nation. So, according to the Cron, academic performance is the final grade one gets in a course or a study. The best indicator in this case means something that is best used to show the presence of another. Having a successful life means living a deeply meaningful life. So, success is not about the things others give you, like fancy capital titles, we have salaries, we have degrees. No, that is not success. Real success has to do with power in yourself that no one confers on you and no one can take away. So, I want to give you an example of people leading successful lives. I'll use my mother. My mother is happy and is living a successful life because she has seen her daughter and is soon to see her daughter on Great Debaters Contest, airing out her views. Is she not living a successful life? She is. Then, if we were to use academic performance as the best indicator to measure my mother's success, then I'm sorry, Mom, but you would not be living a successful life. I want to use an example of Walt Disney. Walt Disney only went up to 8th grade. For those who do not know Walt Disney, he's an entrepreneur and also an animator and a voice actor. This is Hannah Montana. I know all of you know Hannah Montana, right? This is her notebook. It is all courtesy of Disney Jr. I was a girl in a village doing all right. Who knows that? Sophia the First. All that is Walt Disney's project. This man led a successful life, and it is evident because he was fulfilled at the end of the tunnel. So, if you want to base success on academic performance, then our neighboring country, which is Zimbabwe, is very successful. Do you know why? Because their president, Mr. Robert Mugabe, our honorable ex-president, Mr. Robert Mugabe, had 7 degrees, which 2 are masters. He is the most learned president in the whole world. So if successful lives were to be measured on academic performance, then that country would have been the most successful country. From our opposing table, we believe that the best indicator of a successful life is personal fulfillment at the end of the tunnel. If you have the ability to just air out your views to your boss without the fear or the favor of being sent out of your job, then you're living a successful life. If you have good relations with your children, then you are living a successful life. What is the need of you having a big bank account full of money, but then at the end you die of stress and cancer? That was not a successful life. So let us not use academic performance as the best indicators for successful lives. I rest my case.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for rebuttal.
Eric Kime from the mighty Shimo Tewa, proposing the motion, academic performance is the best indicator for a successful life. Our worthy first opposer talked about Walt Disney reaching the 8th grade and forming a big animating company, Disney Jr., I don't know Disney. But according to our definition, we are not talking about academic excellence. We are talking about academic performance. And as she has said that Walt Disney reached the 8th grade, that is an academic performance. That is what led him to a successful life. Zimbabwe, yes, it's true. Robert Mugabe has 9 degrees. But yes, look at his life. He was the Zimbabwean president. He led a successful life because of the 9 degrees he had. Not the life of the people, but his life. He led a successful life. Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, formed the Dangote Educational Foundation, which funds mostly poorly intelligent students. And when they perform well, they are hired into his big empire. Look at Manu Chandaria. Manu Chandaria invested so much into his son, Darshan Chandaria, and now with only 1 degree from the Oklahoma University, he runs the biggest empire in the country, the Chandaria Industries. All these successful people who know the value of education. According to Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors, an MPA graduate from the Stanford University and the world's 12th richest person, says that education performance will open doors for you. And when you add hard work into it, you will accomplish more than you have ever imagined. In 1963, Jomo Kenyatta said, in order to alleviate poverty, we have to eliminate illiteracy. This shows that a bigger percentage of Kenyans have been caused by either illiteracy or lack of education at all. And that is why I'm wearing this tie. That is why your parents have paid for your school fees so that you can lead a successful life. That is why you are all here. Listen to me giving you a speech about academic performance, which is the best indicator for a successful life, wearing that uniform you are in. So, I want you to turn to your neighbor and tell him that academic performance is the best indicator for a successful life. Tell that future politician, tell that future lawyer, tell that future doctor that academic performance is the best indicator for a successful life. And with academic performance, we can forge ahead and accomplish our vision 2030. As I conclude, I leave you with one question. Will you hear in your ears what you don't believe in your minds? So you either shape up or ship out and seek into oblivion. So don't be deceived. I rest my case.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for a rebuttal.
You've talked about acknowledging education or the fact that we need to acknowledge academic performance. But let me tell you, success does not only demand the ability, or it only demands the ability for one to crunch figures. Success does not only demand for academic performance. It's not the only measure that we need, but it also demands for the ability for one to crunch figures and to speak in English through the right way. In short, we have to have that sense of humor. We have to have that sense that we need to express ourselves. Not only do we need to have academic performance. I don't need to show you my grades so that you can know that I have the ability to stand before you and address you and tell you about the matters arising in our country. Let me give you an example in our country. Right now, 80% of people who have studied in our country right now, they have PhDs, they have degrees, masters, name them, are tamarking outside there. They are looking for opportunities, employment opportunities. Just because of them having such big degrees does not mean that they had the qualifications. They are still looking for employment opportunities. They are suffering. I can give you an example according to the standard of Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, where we have a young guy called Calvin who was telling us about his joblessness. He is living across the streets. He has a degree. He has a whole degree, a first-class honors graduate, and he's still jobless. He is still having that unsuccessful life. Why should we have to determine academic performance of a certain person? Why? Why should we have to degrade this person? So if you're telling me to acknowledge academic performance only, then I think we are misleading each other. Because I can have the ability to express myself. But what about that person who is not well off in academic performance? Why let him outside? Why? My name is Julia Jerusha from Ngina Girls High School, strongly opposing the motion at hand. Let me give you another example. According to the Daily Nation, Friday, July 19th, 2019, we have landed people in Kenya, but they still run jobless. Why are we being so unjust? Why do we have so much injustice in our hearts? Finally, I would love to give you a quote from one of the prime minister, an ex-prime minister of Britain, Winston Churchill, who once said that according to his tale of history, his life was not determined by his academic performance. He actually developed some fear to books just because of his teacher. Think about that. I rest my case.
The proposers have been asked, if academic performance is the best indicator for a successful life, then why do we have unemployed graduates who are languishing in poverty? The opposers, on the other hand, have been asked, why is it that people who do not get the opportunity to attend school throughout their life see this as a stumbling block if indeed academic performance is not important as an indicator for success in life? Third proposer, you have 3 minutes to respond.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Emmanuel Amani from the Shimo Tewa School, and I would like to answer your question. If we do acknowledge that there are unemployed graduates outside there, and probably they're living in poverty. But if these people are educated and they're outside there living in poverty, what about that person who's not educated, as our opposers are saying that academic performance is not the best indicator? Yeah, food for thought. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the 21st century. But our dear opposers here are trying to take us back and giving us examples and facts of the 20th century. Why are we in school then? Why is it that all the parents in this room, or all the parents, all our parents in this hall want us to be successful academically? Why is it that they want us to be successful academically? Because this is the world we are living in, and we refuse to be confused by our opponents. Let me give an example of the SDG number 4, which talks about quality education. And what is quality education? Quality education provides the outcome needed for individuals, community, and the society to prosper. It allows someone to integrate fully with the community and access range of services across sectors and become economic productive, develop sustainable livelihoods, and enhance individual well-being. Well, if the SDGs require quality education, why are we saying that academic performance is not the best indicator? Our second opposer here is saying that we are saying that academic performance is the only indicator. We are not saying that it's the only indicator. Yeah, we do acknowledge that your mama's dreams make her successful. We do acknowledge that someone's fears make that person dwell into something else in order to be successful. But I'm here to inform you that academic performance is the best. We are not saying that the other factors are not considerable. Yeah, they're considerable, but academic performance is the best. Look at academic performance, give individuals self-confidence and high esteem because they have the positive way of thinking, and even when they're not materially weak. Take this for instance. You say that Walt Disney went up to the 8th grade. Yeah, he did go up to the 8th grade, but it is that same state of him being educated to the 8th grade that made him be able to think and have the idea of forming a game company or a cartoon company like that. It is the education that he got up to the 8th grade. You're not saying that you have to be academically successful or you have to pass so well. According to our definition of academic performance, is that academic performance is whereby you are able to meet both ends. You are able to go to school and you have the knowledge. Finally, doing exemplary well in school is not academic performance but academic achievement. According to the Google Scholar, academic achievement focuses only on academic examinations and assessments, while academic performance focuses on both procedural knowledge, such as skills, and elective knowledge, such as facts. So, dear audience, don't be lied to by your worthy opponents. And as we look ahead into the next century, successful life lies in academic performance. I rest my case.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond.
You know, you're bringing up a broader aspect. It's simple, academic performance. Education caters for informal and formal education. We're looking at academic performance, which is formal education. We are not looking at education. Clarify that. You know, success has to do with power you build in yourself. If education is power, then the power built in you through education leads to success. Just to answer your question, Valerie Kakai from Maweni, you asked your question. My answer is success contributes to 80% mindset and 20% strategy. The people have the strategies, but now the mindset is being corrupted by mentality like this that says academic performance is the best indicator. So we need to clear mindsets of the people that not all academic performance is not the best indicator. My name is Phoebe Kadzo from Ngina Girls, strongly opposing the motion that states that academic performance is the best indicator for a successful life. Look at the new system of education that was introduced. It caters for skills, a competence-based curriculum.
You know, you talk about academic performance. You're in school, right? If then you focus on your academic performance because it's a best indicator, then all of us will not be here in GDC, because all of us here are here to debate so that we can improve our skills. You feel like academic importance is the best indicator, go back to school and achieve your A's. First speaker spoke about Uhuru Kenyatta leading successful life. Let me tell you, Uhuru Kenyatta is leading a successful life because he's moving the nation. If it is based on academic performance, then he's not, because he's still not the world learnedest leader in the whole world. Until he beats Robert Mugabe, then he'll lead a successful life from your point of view. What I'm trying to say here is that, in simple terms, you are successful if you call the shots in your career. You are successful if you air out your views like what I'm doing without fear. If you are successful if you lift others. My mother is successful because she is leading a my mother is leading a successful life because she will live up to the day where she will log into the YouTube and see me debate and be proud in front of those mamas. She will say, my daughter spoke. My father will be proud, but I will be proud. As a beautiful journalist and label on my t-shirt in front, I want to become a journalist. Until I achieve that, I'll have a successful life. But don't tell me my academics and my academic performance will determine my successful life. Don't give me an indicator. Give me a choice. That's what you're bringing here. Successful life is determined by what you want to achieve. The power in you, the power of success. Thank you.
Proposition, you have 1 minute to give your final submission.
Well, thank you very much. But let me inform you that you're in the Great Debaters Contest, courtesy of your school. Why are you in school? Why are you in school? Because of your academic performance. If you're not academically good in school, then you won't be able to stand on this podium and speak as I am doing right now. I want to tell you that academic performance is not the only way or the only indicator of a successful life, but all the factors that you've mentioned incorporated with academic performance can give a successful life, but academic performance is the best indicator of a successful life. Our first proposer gave an example of his parents. His parents keep on telling him, enda shule, utie bidii ili uweze kuenda UON kama ndugu yako. Then what's that? It's academic performance. If he does have a talent, but his parents believe in academic performance as the best indicator. And that is why we are saying that academic performance is the best indicator. We are not saying that the rest are not indicators. Yeah, they are indicators, but academic performance is the best indicator. Thank you.
Opposition, you have 1 minute for final submission.
Show me the wax you use to cover your eyes and not see the women crying, the mothers crying of their children who are drunkards, yet have gone to the level of education of even having a master's. Teach me the tricks you use so that you cannot hear the cries of these women. Because one thing is evident. Academic performance should not be the best indicator of a successful life. A successful life, as I said, is based on how fulfilled you are at the end of your time. If you are living and you are working for a very big company and you're not happy, you're stressed from morning till night, you're not leading a successful life. When you have a vision to become a better person and you are working towards achieving it, no matter how small your steps are, no matter how many years, how many months it may take you, you are leading a successful life. A successful life should not be based on your academic performance, because degrees and certificates will come and they might even be burnt. Then you will have no solid evidence. But then, a successful life is in you. It is meant and it should be based on how fulfilled you are at the end of the tunnel.
Ali, you gave a good start. You had a good start. Now, for purposes of sharpening your presentation skills, if you give a statement in Swahili, translate it into English. That is really important. Otherwise, you did well. You're very confident and passionate. As the first speaker, however, I expected you to go ahead and give several examples of academic gurus who have succeeded in life. I expected that from you as the first speaker. But then generally, you are an eclectic, powerful debater. Eric, good rebuttal. I liked how you countered the Robert Mugabe thing, that we are not looking at success not as a country, but at a personal level. So that was a witty way of rebuttaling. You're very eloquent, passionate, and a very articulate debater. Emmanuel, you're equally a very eloquent one, very witty and sharp. However, you need to be time conscious. It works against you under style and presentation. When you hear the bell, then you just keep on pushing.
For Mama Ngina, Daisy, you are a powerful speaker, quite confident and calm, composed, yet you brought out your points well. And actually, you made me believe success is not measured by my academic performance. You brought out those other parameters quite well, and as the first speaker, I think you set the pace for the rest, and they also came out powerfully to oppose that motion that it's not about academic performance. And Juliet did the same, and of course, the roundup was done by Phoebe. Good answer to the question, quite elaborate in your explanation. You make very good speakers. I wish you the best.
Academic performance is the best indicator of a successful life. The fact that I'm still debating where I fall means that you've done quite good justice to the motion. To Shimo Tewa, please differentiate between education and academic performance, okay? Because you took it broadly, and so the motion could have easily been interpreted for you as education being the best indicator, not academic performance. So you want to really look at that focus. Well done though, gentlemen. I think I was very impressed. Eric, that cross-examination of Disney was still quite weak, but there was another powerful cross-examination. But that Disney one, I think it was very easy for, and I think even Emmanuel tried to take it as well. Don't try to cross-examine something you're not very sure about, okay? Because remember, it's not education, it's about academic performance. So it's important for you to look at that. But I am really impressed by you guys. To the ladies as well, excellent. That was powerful. Let's wait for the results.
For this very, very fiery debate, Mama Ngina girls, the judges saw it fit to award you 72%. Let's give them a round of applause. Shimo Tewa High School,
with a difference of 2%.
only 2%. The judges awarded you 70%, making Mama Ngina the winners of this debate. Felicitations to both teams for a job well done.
Well, I guess the take-home message from that is academic performance is not the best indicator for a successful life, but it increases your chances for success. With that being said, make sure to catch us in the next episode. I've been your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Esperancia Kapanga.